Who'd you forget?
Yeah.
So you're on camera right now. Forgot somebody.
I forgot to mention my boxing coach, Deleco James.
Down at work.
Yeah, he gonna come to my fight too.
Oh, he's coming up to China.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Yeah, he's the man. I love that gym down there. It's good stuff. Cool, brother. What's up, everybody? Thank you again for tuning into the Pohada podcast, be it on YouTube, for those of you looking at me, otherwise on the usual audio platforms. This time around, I'm at the hallowed halls, once again, of the Academy in Minnesota. I sat down with Quang Bang Lee and one of his coaches, training partners, Joseph Dashou, and we talked about his upcoming fight, second fight in the UFC over in China, coming up this weekend. As per usual, shout out to Hamill Jiu-Jitsu, as you see on the shirt here, regular show sponsor. Shout out to Way of the Tiger Soap Company. Love that stuff. Do try Way of the Tiger Soap. Very few luxuries in life are worth it, in my opinion. Good soap is definitely worth it. And shout out to the Academy for letting me borrow their space to record this stuff with their guys. Without further ado, this episode with Quang Bang Lee. All right, boys, introduce yourselves.
Quang Lee.
Say the real name.
Huh?
Say the real name.
Quang Bang Lee.
There you go. You?
Joseph Dashou.
All right, speak up a little bit. Talk like we're talking in a big, loud room for me.
All right.
What are we talking about? What's going on? You got anything coming up?
Got a fight coming up
You do?
next weekend.
Next weekend?
Next weekend.
China, I heard you guys
China.
talking about.
Macau.
This is UFC.
UFC
Fighting
Macau.
Championships.
Who you fighting?
Xiao Long. Xiao Long.
Pretty
His
good or
name.
no?
Pretty good.
Is he?
Yeah.
You agree with that? Is he pretty good?
Of course he's good.
Yeah. Everybody's good in the UFC, huh?
For sure, yeah.
He should be.
How's training been?
Great. Have a great camp. Feeling strong, no injuries. Yeah. Feel good. Healthy.
Speak up a little bit, brother.
Healthy.
Speak up.
Talk louder.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. What I saw today, is that pretty typical of a fight camp for you?
Yeah. I mean, like, that's like condition rounds
Yeah.
for like once a week. Yeah, for the last 4 weeks. So yeah, that's the hardest round.
Yeah, it looks hard.
Yeah.
Looks hard for you guys.
It's meant to be hard.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
It-
tough. But yeah, we're just trying to train efficiency and like reactivity, like trying to throw some stuff at them, not really expect, but just keep them relaxed,
Yeah.
because especially this guy that he's going to fight, we're
Yeah.
expecting a hectic
Yeah.
fight, brawler style. So
Sure.
staying calm is the most important thing. So.
Did I hear crowd noise?
Yeah.
And like announcements and
Yeah.
stuff? So you got introduced
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the loudspeaker today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was
something
good.
we do regularly, or is this just like getting close to the fight?
Getting close to the fight. I
Yeah.
mean, I made it yesterday. I clipped together his announcement and then the other guy's
Stealing audio?
announcement. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
No, I paid for it.
No, I was going to say, like, it seems like the kind of thing you make with AI these days. I was thinking about it as I was listening.
I
was like,
thought
oh,
about
that's a
it.
Cool.
It's harder. It's hard to get their like the like yelling. Any
sure.
person that you get doing AI, they're just gonna speak it. So
Oh, okay.
I have to
Yeah, it's all
clip his last fight.
voiceover kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. That's a cool element. Does that help?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
Just the
felt
noise?
pretty real. Yeah.
Yeah. How about this? Tell me how long you've been fighting.
About 10 years
10
Been
years?
training and everything. Yeah, when
Uh-huh.
I started.
Where'd you start?
23 years old. Where?
Where? Yeah.
In Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Sure. College
Yeah.
kind of thing? Or,
No.
or where were you?
Just at the gym.
Yeah.
Small gym. And there's no fighters, so that's why I come here.
Were you
after-
MMA right off the bat? Or were you like me, just wanting to be pretending to fight doing jiu-jitsu?
MMA right off the bat.
Why?
Yeah. So it was UFC was pretty hot when I started and I watch, and pretty cool, or just like hoping one day to be a UFC fighter. So I started.
Well, me too.
Give a shot.
But what's the difference? Like, I like UFC. I watch UFC.
Same.
I love the idea, but I'm not going to do it. What about it draws you in? What about fighting draws you in?
So I started compete, just to see if I good at it, and I won. I won my first couple fights. Kickboxing though, I started kickboxing, and feel really good. I'm like, shit, yeah. I want to keep going.
Yeah, maybe that's my problem. I never tried. If I'd have tried, I'd have been hooked, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Scary, but yeah.
Did you start mostly competing in kickboxing then? Or was that just the first access to competition?
Yeah, pretty much. I just start kickboxing, just a couple fights, and then I go to MMA right away.
Yeah. It's better.
It's more popular than the kickboxing.
For sure. Kickboxing has been like this for like 40 years, it seems like.
Right.
Where MMA has done that.
Right.
Is it easier to find MMA fights than like kickboxing?
Yes.
Is it?
Easier too. There's more show, around when I started. But I started. I want to be MMA fighter too. I start jiu-jitsu right away and.
What dominates your game for the most part? Like, are you a grappler heavy guy? Are you a striking heavy guy? Is it wrestling more than jiu-jitsu or?
Right now or back then?
Sure. Either way.
Back then I wasn't a good grappler, because there wasn't a lot of high level wrestler or grappler at where I lived.
Yeah.
But now when I come here and I train with these guys, great wrestler and great grappler, and my grappling getting much better, and so I'm pretty well rounded.
Good. Let's get the real answer. How's his grappling?
It's good.
Yeah.
In an MMA context, it's fantastic.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me about the differences grappling in an MMA context versus just grappling.
The obvious thing is strikes.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I come from a pure wrestling background, and when I wrestle him, it frustrates the hell out of me because he grapples. He doesn't wrestle. Wrestling is pure points off of exposure and stuff like that. But I mean, if I shoot in on him, he'll frame me off, and it's all positioning that he's really comfortable with. That as a pure wrestler, it takes time to adapt to.
Sure.
And it's against the rules technically in like Olympic style wrestling to like they'll call it stalling, whereas I mean it's definitely encouraged to use your frames and your positioning to like escape a position in grappling, and especially in MMA, because I mean if you can shut down somebody's grappling and hit them on the way out, then
you win.
You're going to stop wrestling.
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure.
So,
for sure.
Yeah, he does a really, really good job of just staying smart positionally in like pure grappling context, but especially with MMA, like his range he really understands his range, especially his kicking range. So it's like, I am not going to shoot I got to get super, super close and beat him like to the body. If I'm shooting legs, he's smart enough and disciplined enough to like sprawl and stay fundamentally sound defensively. And so, yeah, it's all discipline. That's his biggest asset. It's his discipline,
Sure.
So, and that takes you far in fighting.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, MMA has kind of become its own like martial art, like
exactly
mixed martial arts.
Right,
it's its own thing.
Yep.
Do you ever just grapple for the sake of grappling? Like, do you ever go with the jiu-jitsu dorks and just do jiu-jitsu, not worrying about strikes, or do you always have a fight in mind?
I grapple like on Friday, every Friday, just jiu-jitsu, you know. And I grapple once a week.
Is it useful and maybe this is a good question for the both of you, like, is it too different to be like useful as an MMA fighter? You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I'm grappling, if you feigned a few punches, I would have zero response to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just don't have any of that trained into me. I'm just having fun grappling.
For sure.
It is.
I mean, I would say it's all contextual, right? Like you could, if you're out there and you're training like heel hooks and stuff, it's probably not as applicable in MMA.
Sure.
But I mean, just being on bottom and getting up, like that's
right.
a fundamental jiu-jitsu position that is absolutely useful in an MMA context.
Yeah, working
So
on submission stuff too.
Depends on what you're doing. And
yeah.
The guys that we train with are all like understanding that, the reason he would train or I would train is
sharpening the
to
tools
develop.
for the
Yeah,
cage.
exactly. In an MMA context. So
yeah, I dig it. Should I grapple with strikes or shouldn't I?
I mean, what's your goal?
My goal is to have some fun doing jiu-jitsu.
Do it all. Do whatever
You're
you
supposed
want.
to say no.
I mean,
I'm going to edit this so you're saying no. I don't want
hell
to get
no.
There we go. Okay. Why get punched? Why get hit in the head for sport?
For sport?
Yeah.
Because they pay you the
know.
big bucks.
Why get hit?
How about this? What's it like getting hit by somebody that can hit?
Hurt?
I wouldn't know. I've never fought.
Never fought?
Hell no.
Yeah? Okay. We should have brought Nat in.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you brought me up here.
You've taken a big shot ever to the dome?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I've been get knocked down, got wobbled before. Yeah. I mean, the shot that you don't see is hurts. You know, the shot that you see, you can prepare, you can take it better, you know, so.
You can get out of the way.
Or if you just see it, you know, and you can, you know, I don't know, like, if you don't see it, you're not ready, just like the body shot. If you don't see it, it hurts. You know, you're not flex. But if you see it, you can, you know,
can
take
flex
it
your
better.
head.
Yeah. Your jaw,
Is it
you know.
right
like, yeah.
Is that legit? I mean, am I tensing up to take a punch?
I mean, your jaw, your jaw, you can, you know,
Grit
bite
into
on
the
it.
mouth guard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all leverage if we're being honest. Like if you're up here, then your chin's gonna whip around way more. But if you're tight, there's a lot less movement. That's why they say tuck your chin, not flex your head.
None of the tough guy stuff. How many street fights you been in, Quang?
Street fights?
Yeah.
A lot. When I grow up.
I wasn't expecting that.
Continue.
I mean, like,
let's hear about these.
Like, I born in Vietnam, so I came here when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up in school, in Vietnam, we fought all the time too. So we fight.
Fun fighting?
No.
Or fighting?
Like fighting.
Tell me about it. What are you fighting about?
Just get bullied and fight. You know, like, you know, kids get bullies.
Mm-hmm.
We fight.
What's your record then?
I don't know. I was small though. Growing up, I get bullied sometimes. You know. Yeah,
that's probably why you're a good fighter now. It's like the younger brother's always the better fighter because he got his shit handed to him by the older brother. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got no street fight record?
No, it's just.
I had
fun.
Greg on here, and he was like, "I got this one, and this one, and this one, and this one."
I couldn't remember. Too many.
Too many.
I'm about even. That's the answer.
Yeah.
That's like far more intimidating than being a UFC fighter, by the way, is being like, I can't remember how many street fights I've had.
Yeah. If the guy bigger, I got beat up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, because, yeah.
You think that's a part of your game now?
I
like
think so,
some of those
too.
scraps? Yeah?
I think so. I don't want to get bullied, you know. I don't want to be get embarrassed, you know, losing to a bigger guy or a better guy, something like that. So I train myself to be able to protect, you know, feel more secure.
Yeah. What do you mean trained yourself?
So like training in martial art, have a skill.
Later on, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not when you were a kid. You were just throwing hands when you were a kid.
Yeah, I mean, like that made me who I am today.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That part of it.
I never got bullied, so that's why I never fought.
Same.
Yeah.
I definitely got bullied.
When did you come here? At 14, you said?
14.
And
2006.
You landed in Wisconsin, or did you?
Yeah, like in Minnesota, Lake City, Minnesota.
Yeah, down south.
For a year, and then I moved to Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Sure. What's the timeline to starting training for fights and to becoming a UFC fighter?
So I started 23, kind of late. Now I'm 33. So
when did you make it to the UFC?
I just made it to the
Just
UFC last
3
year.
months ago.
Yeah.
Last year it was 3 months ago. Yeah. I thinking you had a couple of fights under you. How many UFC fights do you have?
Just one.
Just the one so far?
This is gonna be my second.
Number 2.
Fight. Yeah.
What's the record gonna be?
1-1.
In the UFC or outside?
Both.
So I'm 8-1.
Nice.
0-1 in the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took that fight short notice.
I remember.
Yeah.
Tell me about that fight. What's different taking a fight short notice versus having a proper camp?
Well, I was training for contender, so my condition wasn't that bad, to be honest.
Okay.
And just the guy, I just don't have a lot of time to train for him.
Sure.
Well, same as he not same for him too, but he got good leg kicks.
Uh-huh.
And I thought I have good leg check too, but I check a lot, but he got good shin conditions and he just keep kicking, and my leg was like in the middle of the second round, it was really painful, my calf. And on the third round, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't put weight on it. So I can't take him down, Yeah, so.
That seems like a pretty common tactic in MMA. Just chop the tree down.
Yeah, he's really good at it. Chris Gutierrez, if you know him, he stopped
A lot of
guys with a leg kick.
Yeah.
So
it seems to be the coolest way to win a fight. Just whack.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah.
Or a body shot.
Yeah. Right in the liver.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to end a fight?
End the fight?
To win it.
Knockout. I think everybody.
But like a kick, like a ground and pound TKO.
Kick would be good. Yeah, kick. I have one kick. A follow up. Yeah, question mark. But I never had a question mark knockout
but
in
if
a
you-
fight.
if you wanted it
that
to
would be
happen,
cool.
that'd be the coolest
really
one, I'd
cool.
say.
Yeah.
Nice question mark.
So you don't
knockout.
have a preference. You're just like, I just like winning.
No, knockout, like, what do you mean?
I
What
said-
way
I
of
said,
winning?
I said, what's your favorite way to knock somebody out? And you're like, a kick would be cool.
Kick or punch? Yeah.
So
Have
knocking them out.
Knee, elbow.
Oh, yeah, me.
Just win the damn fight.
Just win the damn fight in the
knock 'em
first
out.
round,
Cold.
Highlights. Something that looked pretty good.
You got to stage that though.
Stay that. Check me out. I might have 2 highlights. That's my best knockout that I like.
Okay, another obvious question. What's your goal with all this UFC, this MMA?
My goal to be freaking the best that I can be, pretty much. Stay in the UFC until I retired. Don't want to get cut, so I better win. So yeah.
It's a slightly
winning.
different answer than I expected, but I dig it. Make it to retirement in the UFC. Make a career of it.
Keep winning. Yeah, keep winning. Keep training hard.
I was expecting like a record, you know, or X number knockouts or something like that.
Yeah, the goal is always to be finishing fights, you know, make exciting fights. But yeah, you don't force those things.
Yeah.
They are there, you know. You come in there and you flow, and if you knock him out, I knock him out. Actually, like my last 2 fights in the LFA, we were prepare to take him down.
To wrestle.
I
had no use in those lead-ups because he ended up knocking out both of those guys.
But then I knocked them out. So you can't plan.
So you can go in with a game plan, but ultimately the plan is to take what they give you.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, pretty much.
Take what you create for yourself.
What? Explain that.
You got to make your own opportunities. Man, unless he's walking forward at you like this.
Sure. Yeah.
There really isn't a gift in there, you know?
Right. But if you were training to wrestle, take down, ground and pound, and he's just ducking and dodging and keeping his distance, you got to throw hands and get the knockout, huh?
Create an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, that's what you mean. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you fair. LFA, how long were you in the LFA?
How long?
Yeah.
It was over 2 years, isn't it? No. Yeah.
Little
like
over.
A little
years.
over.
And this is pro fighting,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What was your record in LFA? Most of those fights are from there.
7-0.
7-0. Is that a pretty fast track toward the UFC? A pretty solid record, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just a record.
Uh-huh.
They want finishes too.
Right.
Yeah, I saw a lot of like LFA champion 10-0, you know, couldn't make it to the UFC because decision, you know.
Winning on decision.
Yeah, winning on decision.
Boring fights.
I don't.
Good fights, technically.
From a fan's perspective, absolutely.
Yeah.
Boring.
The show is not there, though.
If you pay to be there,
you
want to pay to see something.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta like dye your hair purple. You gotta scream and yell. You gotta put on a show.
You just gotta finish them. Pretty much. That's all they're looking for, to finish.
Yeah. Finish the fight.
I
dig it.
I think the UFC looking for over 50% rate of finishing.
Does the type of finish matter? Like if I catch guys,
Probably.
I'm a knockout guy. Is that more valuable than grappling and finishing it that way?
Yeah, I think if you make a highlight like go viral, I think they more get more attention.
Sure.
From a record perspective, I say no. But from a marketing perspective, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about.
That's
Everything
UFC.
is always like 2 or 3 different conversations,
For sure.
right? Stupid as it is, but
yeah. If you get finishes in the UFC, they can put more ads in between your fight. So,
God, what a world, man!
That's how it goes.
Yeah. Are you mostly knockouts or grappling finishes in your record?
I have 3 submission and 2 knockout.
Like you said, well-rounded.
Yeah, like
Nice.
I can sub people too.
It's got to help you from a marketing perspective with the UFC, right? Like I got clips of him choking guys. I got
For
clips
sure.
of him kicking them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I dig it.
And being undefeated and coming in on short notice, it's like, okay, well, this guy, I mean, he put on a show against a top 15 guy on 4 days' notice. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
like,
think they're happy with
For
their
sure.
recruiting of him.
That's like the gangster element of the
seriously
of
scary
the marketing. You know what I mean? Just call a guy up, sure, kick some ass,
and a guy who's ready to go for Contender Series. But especially this guy, like you got to tell him the medical story where. Okay, I'll just tell it. Basically, he was like weeks out from his fight on the Contender Series, and he hands in his medicals, which is, I mean, professionals are allowed to hand in your medicals as early as possible, or as early as is convenient. But they don't do it 3-4 weeks out, or whatever, 2 weeks out, 4 weeks out from his anticipated fight, which is 5 days out from this event that they call him short notice. And because he handed in his medicals, he's at like top of the pile for like short notice. Like, oh, we got this guy who's ready to fight. Obviously, he hands in his medicals. He's ready to go, and that comes from another thing is discipline.
Yeah.
So it's like, who else is a pro who's ready to fight, like has all their shit together, is ready to go, is like this guy. So they're like, okay, this guy's going to be good to work with.
An hour later. After I've
hands in
my medical, they call me an hour later.
Nice.
So
speaks to preparedness.
Exactly,
and
the discipline, right? So
I obviously know this, but for people listening, tell me what medicals means.
Like your blood work and your eye exams and just stuff that you need to get that they could like
the brain,
sign you off to fight.
You're
like
fit to fight.
Yeah,
we can ensure the event.
The athletic commission is not going to sign off on a dude who's, well, I suppose missing one eye, but we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
But if you're bound to get screwed up in the fight, they're not going to be like, go for it.
You're a liability.
Especially the UFC. That's a big reason why there haven't been any deaths, and these people are all able to fight or withstand the damage in a fight. So.
Right. What a thought.
Yeah.
Ugh. Fighting is dark. Bro.
Yeah, we got Mike Tyson boxing tonight.
I was actually going to drift us to that. What do you think?
62.
What do you think of this?
I don't know.
This will drop afterward.
Right. So the prophecy.
I'll put this up on Monday. So what's going to happen?
I want Mike to win, I don't want him to get hurt,
right. Everybody loves Mike Tyson. He's America's sweetheart now.
But he's 60 years old,
I think I'd want Tyson to win, but more than that, I want the dipshit to lose.
Hey, that's Mr. Paul.
Cool. Down with it. But like I personally I like the glitz glamour of like UFC events and stuff, but like the shenanigans and the putting on a show and the characters, the McGregor thing.
Hate it.
Like, I'm like, come on, guy,
But that's how it goes, man.
I like the purity of like the sport more than anything.
Yeah.
But that's just not a reality,
For sure.
So, money on Tyson? Unofficially.
I mean, my heart says Tyson, but my brain says Paul.
It's a young guy.
To be honest, I think
the
first.
I mean,
how many rounds did they go? 8.
I think 8.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Oh
I would say the first 4 rounds. I picked Tyson. The first 4.
I give
rounds.
him 2 rounds. I give him 2 rounds.
2.
Yeah. He's still got the ability. I'm not denying that. It's still Mike Tyson, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's they got to make a show of it, and again, it's all about money. So.
And that brings me to my prediction, which is it's largely staged.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think all of those have an element.
Why
of
wouldn't they be?
There's money for this and money for that. We're both going to get paid. We'll put on a show. And
yeah, if you could rig it, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You can make money off of bets and stuff too. So why not?
I'll check the status of my DraftKings stock before
Get
and
on
after,
there, buddy.
and see what's going on with it. What else we got? Call out?
Tomorrow.
Shout out?
Tomorrow night, UFC.
Where can I find it?
John Jones.
John Jones.
Where can I find that? Is that UFC Fight Pass?
No,
This
ESPN.
one? Tomorrow?
It's the big one?
It's pay-per-view. It's at MSG.
Pay-per-view. Oh, it's that.
John
I'm
Jones
sorry.
on
Okay.
John Jones.
I'm a week behind, yeah.
Fight night. John Jones versus
Stipe.
Stipe. I think he's on the prelims.
So of the 4 people that I know are fighting this weekend, one of them is under 40 years old or something. How old is John Jones and Stipe?
John Jones is not 40 yet.
He's old, though.
I think he's 38.
38?
Yeah.
That's
just
40,
the boy.
baby.
Take that back.
Yeah.
He's a growing
what
boy.
a weird set of headliners, though.
Well, he's
Like
the GOAT.
well, they're definitely the GOAT, and Stipe is one of them too.
Yeah.
But like that's the big draws. Tyson fighting a YouTuber, and a couple of has-beens.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant on the UFC card. I was
Oh,
like,
both of them.
shit.
Oh, both of
yeah,
them.
we got
though,
Jim
you know what I mean?
Miller
Like, who else is on the UFC card tomorrow?
Michael Chandler and
Yeah.
Okay.
versus Oliveira.
Oliveira.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good
Number
card.
2.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
They got
And not that I'm not down with Stipe and Jones. It's just like, damn,
I'm with you
how long we've been watching these
I
boys
get it.
fight, you know?
for sure.
Mm.
Prediction there.
I got to go Stipe because I always loved Stipe. I'm wrong, but
Okay.
like he was my guy.
All right.
I enjoyed watching him fight.
That's fair. Yeah.
But, yeah, man.
What do you
John
think?
Jones.
Yeah.
Never lost.
Never?
No,
Yeah.
he's undefeated. Technically, he's not. They just
One
reversed
DQ.
that.
Did they do
The
something
12 to
with that?
6. No, they're not going to reverse his
reversed the
record.
rule,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
rule is, there's no more 12
I
to
was
6.
like, they went back and said, no way that
I
guy
would
lost.
love that. That would be Dana White's dream come true. That'd be fantastic. And he could be undefeated. That'd be crazy.
Is the 12 to 6 thing just silly?
Yeah.
It's been talked to death on podcasts and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
I can swing my leg around and kick you in the eyeball.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Silly?
It's because of the brick breaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
legal
bullshit,
now.
obviously.
Power of
Yeah.
marketing.
But we saw it used in the past UFC. What was it, like a week ago? And somebody was on somebody's back. I think it was Bolaños. And this guy, they're like laying down, and he's bang, bang, bang on the ground, and he made a move. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
there it is, applied beautifully.
Yeah.
And then he ended up
Sensibly.
winning that fight.
And nobody died.
Yeah. Oh, I think he
Everybody
died.
was okay. Oh, he did die.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Wow.
raised his hand, and then the other guy just fell over.
R.I.P.
Collapsed.
R.I.P. Don't even remember his name.
Who was it?
Uh,
Oh, it was a guy making his debut, actually.
that was taking him? Taking the 12 to
Taking the
6s?
12 to 6, yeah. And then he
that's rough.
died.
Yeah,
He's dead now.
He's all done.
It's a good debut.
Speak the details on your fight and where I can watch it.
It's gonna be free. No, not free.
ESPN Plus.
Plus, yeah.
Which is that?
Live, huh?
That's that app I subscribe to here and there, and then cancel
And then
my
cancel.
subscription.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna get it and watch you fight.
So ESPN Plus live on Saturday, really early morning. Though.
Sunday morning for
No,
us.
Saturday morning here, because they are.
I thought it was
14
Sunday
hours
morning.
ahead. They are 14 hours ahead of us.
So you fight.
So I'm fighting
shit.
on Saturday.
This is good to know.
I'm fighting on Saturday at 2 p.m. 3. No,
There.
4 p.m. over
China
there, which
time.
is like around,
Friday night
around
for us.
Friday night, yeah.
Okay.
Like 3 a.m.
At like 3 a.m. So
3 a.m.
technically Saturday morning, but Friday night leading into Saturday.
So if
At
I want to
like
watch this
3
fight
a.m.
at 3 a.m.
Pretty much.
Saturday morning.
Yes.
I ain't staying up to 3, but I can wake up at 2:30 and watch
Really?
something at
I'm
3.
gonna do
I'm a
the
morning guy. There's
like
no way I could
2:30.
survive
Early
the
bird.
night
I
to
like
watch
it.
that.
Okay.
So at 3 a.m. this coming after the posting of this coming Saturday
Yes.
morning.
Yes.
Next
Man, that's
weekend.
complicated.
Blame China.
Yeah, blame China for sure. For sure. Give me some shout outs. Who's helping
Shout
you
out.
do this?
Yeah, I want to shout out to all of my coaches.
Who?
Um,
No pressure. You know him?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, Greg Nelson, Coach Nat, McIntyre, Andy Garhan, Joe Dashou, and John Castaneda, and all of the training partner at the academy.
You got sponsors and stuff?
Sponsor?
Yeah, you got sponsors.
Yeah, I got a sponsor from Vietnam, though.
Awesome.
Saigon Sport Club, SSC. They've been helping me since I started my pro career. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Vietnam and visit after my fight for a couple weeks.
That's cool. Little
go
vacay.
see him. Yeah, because it's right there too. It's just 2 hours flight.
Yeah, from here that's a pain in the butt trip, but from over there,
yeah, you're gonna take like 20 hours flight on Sunday.
Is that enough time to acclimate? 4 or 5 days? Seems like it would be.
Yeah,
just get a couple
like
good nights sleep.
Like 3 a.m. over here, so it's like 4 hours of.
Yeah.
Also, the weight cut gets you more tired than you think. So,
for sure. Yeah.
And they said on the fight day you'll be like you can't sleep on Fridays. You feel excited and nervous.
It's natural. Don't fight it.
Yeah.
Yep. I eat a lot of good food over there.
That's the best part, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got Chinese food over there.
A little different than ours, I would assume.
I think they just call it food.
Yeah, it's called food.
Yeah.
Right. What about you? Closing thoughts?
I mean, on the camp and everything leading up, I think we're going to have success because of, it's just, like we said, he's well-rounded and he's comfortable in all positions, and we've prepared as much as we can, and a big part of preparation is the confidence it instills, and going out there feeling like you're prepared is really shows, So, yeah, I think we're ready to take it to him in his hometown and go to Vietnam for vacation after.
Word up. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.